The night is restless in Mexico. Streets tremble with the echo of footsteps, drums, and a single cry that pierces through the darkness: justice. Broken hearts march beneath a sky heavy with questions, demanding answers for the students who vanished without a trace. Their families hold photographs that have become both weapons and wounds, faces of youth stolen by a silence too cruel to bear. The world watches, but the truth remains buried under layers of fear, corruption, and violence. These voices, unbroken and unstoppable, refuse to fade. Welcome back to my channel. Tonight, we dive into a story that stretches beyond borders, beyond Mexico's tragedy, into a global reality where power and technology collide with the lives of ordinary people. As families in Mexico march for justice, the world faces a new age of military technology, where conflicts grow deadlier and the tools of war become more advanced than ever before. From drones that strike without warning to AI-driven surveillance that tracks every move, the line between security and oppression blurs. Across continents, global tensions simmer. In Eastern Europe, the grinding war continues to test alliances and weapon systems once thought unimaginable. In the Pacific, rival superpowers deploy cutting-edge naval fleets, each move a silent threat of escalation. In the Middle East, experimental drone swarms and precision missiles redefine the battlefield, leaving civilians vulnerable to weapons once confined to science fiction. Mexico's cries for justice are not isolated. They are part of a world where technology empowers both protectors and predators. The disappearance of students becomes more than a local tragedy. It's a warning of how military power, unchecked, can overshadow the very people it claims to protect. Tonight, we explore these connections, where heartbreak meets the hard machinery of global conflict. As Mexico's grieving families flood the streets, their voices become a mirror for a planet in turmoil. Their pain reflects the suffering of countless others caught in conflicts fueled by military ambition and cutting-edge technology. In Ukraine, artillery duels and relentless drone strikes stretch into another season of uncertainty. The war has become a testing ground for hypersonic missiles and next-generation air defense systems, each breakthrough turning human lives into statistics. The lessons learned there are being quietly applied in laboratories and command centers around the world. Meanwhile, the Pacific trembles with silent tension. Naval fleets armed with stealth submarines and laser-equipped destroyers shadow one another in contested waters. Nations compete not only for territory but for technological dominance, quantum communication, satellite-killing weapons, and AI-driven cyber tools that can cripple entire cities without firing a shot. Every new weapon promises security while deepening the risk of catastrophic miscalculation. In the Middle East and North Africa, autonomous drones now hover where fighter jets once ruled the sky. They are faster, cheaper, and deadlier, controlled by algorithms that decide targets in seconds. Civilian neighborhoods become testing grounds, leaving children to grow up beneath a constant buzz of mechanical wings. Mexico's marchers may not carry weapons, but their struggle is a fight of a different kind, a battle for accountability in a world where power too often hides behind technology. Their chants cut through the noise of global conflict, reminding us that advanced arsenals cannot silence the demand for truth. From the plazas of Mexico to the trenches of Ukraine, from the South China Sea to the deserts of the Middle East, the human cost remains the same: lives interrupted, families broken, and voices that refuse to be erased. Tonight, as candles burn in Mexico's plazas and mothers clutch faded photographs, the world faces a question that technology cannot answer. Who will protect the innocent when those with power refuse to listen? The marchers' footsteps echo far beyond their streets, reaching the war zones where soldiers test new weapons, and the high-tech bunkers where generals calculate risk in cold algorithms. Their voices carry a warning that justice delayed is justice denied, whether in a small Mexican town or on a battlefield halfway across the globe. The same systems that track enemies from space can trace missing students. Yet too often, they are used to wage war instead of finding the lost. Drones that can destroy tanks in seconds could search for the disappeared. Satellites that map conflict zones could uncover hidden graves. But when profit and power dictate priorities, humanity slips to the bottom of the list. Still, the marchers refuse to surrender. Their courage cuts through the darkness like a flare over a war-torn city, reminding us that technology alone cannot save us. Only relentless voices, united across borders, can force change. Their demand for answers is not just about the vanished. It's about every family trapped beneath the shadow of conflict, every child growing up in a world where war is automated, but justice remains painfully human. As we witness these global tensions, from the testing of hypersonic missiles to the silent wars of cyberspace, remember the people who march not with weapons, but with truth. Their fight is a call to all of us to question power, to demand accountability, and to never let the machinery of war drown out the sound of a mother's plea. Because, in the end, broken hearts and unbroken voices may be the only force strong enough to change the course of history.